Yo, what's going down? Triple B's is back in the Haunted Basement Studio, and welcome. And tonight, I just decided that I'm gonna rank all the movies that I reviewed on my channel and the movies that I watched. And there's some movies that I've watched that I did not review, and there is some movies that I watched that I'm not going to even talk about on this one. So let me check the timer here because man, the end of 2023 was crazy. We did have some really good horror movies that came out. Yo, what's up, cool gamer? How you doing, man? You keeping it real? Are you keeping it cool? I really hope you are. But yeah, I got a list here. Maybe I'm going to talk just a little bit about them. I don't want to, spend too much time on them, but I think I got about 24 movies here that we're gonna go through. We're gonna talk about. So, um, yeah, I'm just gonna give it a second here. Let me, yeah, we gotta go a couple minutes here before we can start really breaking it down. But yeah, let me bring up my list here. I can't. I'm sorry. I ain't as cool as all those other guys, man. I don't have, you know, the I can't bring in these cameras like what I'm looking at to show you. I'm working on that. I have the software to do it all, but I ain't that savvy yet. I'm just a small YouTube channel and I'm just doing this right now. I'm doing this list. I'm going to talk about these movies just because I don't want to like do it and edit it and do a whole big edited video because I rather just like talk about this like off the top of my head. There's no research in this except for me watching these movies over the last year. I'm going to try to bring stuff off the top of my head, what I remember about these movies. So, the only thing I have here is the list of the movies and some orders here because you're going to want to stick around because I'm going to talk about the worst movies that I watched this year, the absolutely garbage. That's garbage movies. And then we're going to talk about I Am in Heaven movies, the movies that I will watch 37 times in a row. Yo, get back here. Where you going to the parking lot? But so, all right, I'm going just checking the time here. And if you do have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I should be able to see it, hopefully. And but yeah, so I said I talked about what 24 movies here. Let's see. We're just gonna where should we start? Should we start off with the list or we'll talk a little bit about what some of the movies I'm gonna talk about a little bit. So some of these movies were in movie theaters and some of them were on the Shutter app. So a lot of these movies were straight to streaming, and some of them went to movies in limited releases. And even now looking at my list, I totally effed up because I missed like probably number one on here. I'm like, wow, how did I miss that one? So somehow I'm gonna have to remember to throw that one in there. But let's start off with some. We're gonna start off. Ooh, where do we want to go? Let's just talk about. I'm just going to list off a bunch of movies in random order. And these are some of the movies that I'm going to be talking about. All right. We're going to go through Consecration. We're going to even talk about the series of Slasher Ripper, The Dark and the Wicked, which didn't come out this year, but I did watch it. The Devil's Doorway, which didn't come out this year in 2018. We got like stuff like Talk to Me, Elevator Game, I don't want to say those two. We got a VHS, even Thanksgiving, The Pumpkin Man, Skinner Rank, Perpetrator, Brooklyn 45, Deadstream, Killer Goats. All right, man. Winnie the Pooh. We got Sick. Man, we got all sorts of stuff. Sacrifice Game, Scream, Evil Dead Rise, The Risen One. All right. So we're going to get right into the list right now. Just let me take a drink of my juice so I can wet my whistle. All right. All right, you mother effers. Still haven't sworn. I'm doing so good and not swearing. Um, all right, we're gonna start off with some honorable mentions on the top list. So these movies are all good. I did enjoy them, and I did say that I did some Shutter. I did a lot of Shutter exclusives this year, and they were a lot better. They were more better ones than bad ones, I would have to say. So really, we'll go at number 13 with an honorable mention. Let's do The Sacrificial Game. This is 2023. Just this just came out on Shutter this a few weeks ago, so it made the 2023 freaking list. And after I was watching it, and I'm like, the beginning scene was pretty freaking crazy. I'm like, oh my god, dude, that's like, wow. It was like almost like a home invasion type thing where they just off this couple like real fast, and they do it in a sacrificial way. And I'm like, wow, is this movie where it's going to go? And where it did go was, honestly, I liked it. I don't want to really spoil any of these movies. I mean, if I do spoil it, I'll say spoilers, but like this one was pretty good. The acting was in it was really good, especially with one of the like Latino characters, I would say. He was like over the top, but like, it actually worked. At first, I'm like, "Oh, man, this guy's, like, overacting." But then watching the whole movie, I'm like, "You know what? No, that's what fits the character, and he's doing a damn good job on it." Next on number 12, we're gonna have The Puppet Man. This is also on Shudder. So, The Puppet Man, was another pretty good movie. I did like this one because it was, like a character. It was almost like this demon that can control you like a puppet, and where they went with it was pretty good. The ending kind of fell off just a little bit where what they were trying to do with this entity of this demon that would be like the puppet man that can control you. Um, the premise in it is really good though, because like this girl, I think her name was it was like a boy's name, like Chris or something like that. And no, it was Michael. Her name was Michael. And she had this demon in her that can like know what's going on around her. But like if somebody knew that the demon was in this girl, like that demon would kill that person. So like it could be her best friend. And then she makes her best friend like she got so mad at her. So she like walked off a building, and then pretty much dies. And so, like, her boyfriend, was trying to hide from her, like that he knew that she had a demon in her. And then once he like she realized that he knew that the demon was in her, she kills him. And then like she wants to this like self-delete herself, because like she's like, this demon is just like making me kill everybody that I love and care about. And then so she goes and tries to like jump into the river, but then all of a sudden she can't. She flies back up. She goes and tries to get, killed by a cop. And like that doesn't work out. It turns badly. So it had a really good premise in that. It was fun. A little bit with the ending was kind of weird, but like the very ending of it was very satisfying. It's like you love these movies where it doesn't always end good. These movies end badly. The good guys never wins in these ones, and it's like finally, you know, the bad, the evil wins in these, and that's what's good about it. I know I like it like that instead of like having a happy ending. Let's have that oh shit ending, man. Hell yeah! But so we were just still getting into the honorable mentions. My heater will kick on, and like there's really nothing I can do about it because it is cold down here in the haunted basement studio. So just refreshing everything. And we're still on some honorable mentions here. And wife's trying to call me right now. She doesn't know I'm going live. There's nothing I can do about it, babe. I'm not answering the phone call. So um honorable mentions, honorable mentions. So we talked about the Puppet Man. Now we're on the Elevator Game. These last three were on Shutter. Even the next one's going to be on Shutter, but it's the top 10. But this is number 11, the Elevator Game. Man, you guys check out this one. This one's on Shutter too. This one was I guess like a TikTok like challenge or whatever with those TikTok challenges. I don't know. I'm not on that bullshit app. I do have an account on it, but I don't look at anything. I just only post stuff, but I hardly even posted it. I haven't posted in a while. But anyways, the elevator game was pretty good. You go into an elevator with you, or you can go by yourself. You go with a group of friends, and you hit these sequence of numbers, and you kind of go up and down like 5, 7, 6, whatever. Well, I think you go to five, and then you have to hit one. If you do the numbers right, when you go back down to the lobby, it doesn't. It takes you to the top floor. And then if it does work, you start going up to the top floor. And then once you get to the top floor, it opens up and you're in a different dimension. It's all red and dark like hell. And then you see this shadow figure and it's like chasing you. You're trying to make it back to the elevator because if you don't, it will kill you. Like, what? You get back in the elevator game. If you open up your eyes, it's following you down. It's like a ghost that you're conjuring playing this game in the elevator, and it does happen. And then she can, and if you do make it out, but if you don't shut her in the top floor, she will follow you down into the real world. Damn. And then now all these characters are trying to go home after them playing the elevator game. And then she's picking them off one by one until the remaining survivors have to realize what they have to do and go back upstairs and play the elevator game again and try to lock her back in that dimension of hell on the top floor. That's the elevator game. So tell me what y'all think about that one. All right. Oh man. Oh man, that was just honorable mentions. All right, let's jump into no, let's just keep on rolling. We're gonna go to top 10 right now. And my top 10, favorite horror movie of 2023 is gonna be When Evil Lurks. And yes, this movie is on a lot of people's like number one. And the only reason why it isn't up there is just because it is a subtitle movie, and like it kind of got old trying to read the subtitles and how fast it was going. But the practical effects and the cinematography on it and like how real it looked was amazing, and it was crazy, and it was gross. But that was When Evil Lurks, dude. And that shit's on Shutter too right now. So like you can definitely go check that out. And if if you want to, like, if somebody asks you like, hey man, what's a good horror movie to watch? If you really want to fuck with them, tell them to go watch When Evil Lurks, and they might, never talk to you again after that one. All right, man, that was number 10, When Evil Lurks. Number 9, dude, it's going to go to Eli Roth's Thanksgiving. And this came out in movie theaters in November. And we finally got this movie, Thanksgiving, from Eli Roth, that was, the spook trailer from the Grindhouse movies, from Planet Terror and Death Proof. So that was just like a concept trailer that was thrown in there. And then we've actually finally got the movie. And like, I was so stoked, dude. It was one of my most anticipated movies of 2023. And it did land on my list of top 10 of 2023, but it just barely cracked the top 10 at number 9. And we do know that they are going to make a sequel to this. It's already been green lit, and Eli Roth is going to be directing it and hopefully writing it. So hopefully, John Carver can come back and be a slasher. I mean, the movie was good. It was just, I've only seen it one time, and that's excuse me, and that is probably the problem, is because I've only got to watch it one time. And most of these movies I was able to watch more than once, except for a couple of them. But I was so stoked going into the movie theater to watch Thanksgiving, and I had such high expectations, and it just fell a little bit flat, but it was still good. Like, I really did enjoy it, and that's why I can't wait to watch it again. I mean, we got Patrick Dempsey, being in this movie and it's like the big star. All right, he was from Scream 2, Lover Boy back in the day when I was growing up watching his movies, Can't Buy Me Love. Dude, Can't Buy Me Love, dude. That was one of the most best movies ever. I love that movie. Was it Christine Stewart or something like that? Too bad that girl is no longer with us. But man, had a biggest crush on that girl. So number 8 is going to be another Shutter exclusive, and this one, is up there. It's called VHS 1985. VHS 85. It's a new VHS film, you know, horror anthology film where they're going to have some short stories in it. And this one was fun as hell, dude. I absolutely loved it. It was every story was good. And even that side story where they're like making a clone and he's like mimicking you. And this, like, yeah, it's freaking pretty cool. I love the whole No Wait Ambrosius story where the people go out to a lake and then it says, do not swim, do not go in, but they go boating anyways. And everybody who got in the water, you know, they, uh, they end up getting cursed, but they don't know it. And the curse is they cannot die. If they get shot, killed, or whatever, they just turn into like not even a zombie. They just have their wounds. Like if they got their guts cut out, their guts is constantly like falling out. They got to hold it in. If they get shot, they come back to life. Blood's coming out. And then, like, that's as like crazy as it is. But how did they get there? How did they go to this lake, but they end up getting killed? And then the person that actually does the killing in that, the whole story goes, you get two other anthologies stories or three, and then all of a sudden you get like another anthology that connects to the very first one. It's like they skipped over like some tapes, like you're watching this a fucking VHS tape and you're watching this shit and you see this story. Oh, and then you think that's how it ends. And then you watch a couple other stories and all of a sudden it's like a continuation part two from the first one. I thought that was brilliant how they fucking did that because like I still fucking talk about it today. I think that shit was amazing. And even with the other anthology stories in VHS 85 with in Mexico City where they're trying to, save all these old buildings and all of a sudden earthquake happens and they get trapped beneath one of these buildings and underneath this building like this vault opens up and it's like the god of death down there. And it's like this straight up demon character, like from freaking ancient Egypt. And it's like so cool how it's like recorded like in a VHS style, but they make it so that you see every scene that you're supposed to see in it, without it be it's blurry here or grainy here, but like you see what, the director wants you to see. And it's those images that flash in your head, that stick in your head. It's so good. So that's why VHS 85 is on my list at number 8 on my favorite horror movies of 2023. And there's other stories in that, but we're not going to get into it because we want to keep on going on. We're gonna go to two more here in the top 10, then we're gonna get to some of the shit lists. We're gonna jump down to the bottom. But number 7, dude. All right, man. It did, dude. I had to look at this and make sure it came out in 2023. It's Consecration. Yes, that religious horror film it's starring Jenna Malone and Danny Hudson. It came out in 2023, and this is where it's those pretty much same old religious horror story where there's this nun or this religious girl. Her brother is actually trying to be a priest in like the Vatican up in like Scotland. I can't remember where it was at, and he ends up like dying. And so they tell her, so she goes in all the way from like the US or New York, where I think she was probably in London, over to Scotland and investigate her brother's, murder slash death. And and then shit goes down like with her faith. She's questioning her faith and everything. But like how this movie, what it works on is like guardian angel shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. This movie was amazing. This is one of the first movies that I reviewed this year, so it's been a while since I watched it, but I did watch it probably at least 3 or 4 times, and I did a whole review on it, like a full recap on it. And Consecration is a damn great movie, and if you haven't heard of it, go check it out. If you like religious horror movies, this is up there. Like, this is up there for religious horror movies, and, like, they don't hold back at all. Like, no, it's bloody and it's just psychological and like there's they get this girl thrown in a tomb for centuries and then she can still live down there and come out alive. Like crazy supernatural freaking religious horror movie. This is like great. Consecration, Jenna Malone. Go check that one out. Beginning of 2023, for real. That is my number. Was that 7 or 8? That was ah, yeah, that was no. Where the heck am I at? I just lost everything. I talked about consecration. Yeah, there we go. I think we're getting back on there. Okay, we're gonna go number 6 now, man. So to get myself back in line. Top 6, and then we'll have 5 of the best, and then we're gonna have like we're gonna do the worst after number 6, dude. So no, number 6, dude. All right. Top 6 horror movie of 2023. For me, this is my list. You can have your list, and I will respect your list all the way. Number 6 is going to be Talk to Me. And honestly, I didn't think it was going to make it this high on the top 10, but I had to make the top 10. But after doing my movies here that I've watched, Talk to Me was damn good. And be honest with you, I went to the movie theater with my wife on my birthday to watch this. And maybe that gives it a little bit of bias, but no, honestly, like when I walked in that movie, I wasn't expecting much. And when I walked out, I'm like, all right, I was all right. But you know what? It really wasn't like horror. Like it was a different type of horror movie. And after, thinking about it and just really sitting on it, like, yeah, man, that fucking movie is pretty good. It's scary. The fucking ending is great. The whole premise of like, I guess like kind of what's a little bit, can be off is like maybe the sub characters in it or it's because it's an Australian film and I live in the United States. So the culture may be a little bit different and like maybe teenage culture. I don't know. It seemed just a little bit weird for me, but like, man, the whole story with that hand, coming out right there. It's just like, go ahead and talk to me. And then you get possessed and oh man, do you not want to blow it? Because this is like, a spoiler that I'm not going to say. You have to watch Talk to Me to understand like this premise that they go in with. Maybe you go into another realm, and then in that realm, there's like a spirit or something there that can take over you. Man, and if you hold on to that hand too long, maybe it can overcome you and then make you do things you don't want to do. But yeah, Talk to Me number 6 was definitely amazing for 2023. Now, let's talk about what's not amazing. Let's talk about the shit show of man. All right, now I have to clip this shit because this is the bottom fucking 6, dude, of 2023, man. I'm gonna have to get a big drink of juice on this one because this is gonna be a shit show. All right, man. Even though number 6 isn't that bad, it's Perpetrator on Shudder, and honestly, I kind of try to watch this movie. It even had, like, what? Oh, man, what's her name in it? I can't even remember now because it's just like the movie was trying to be good, and I even tried to watch the trailer before I recorded or came on live tonight. It was just like, "Oh, yeah, this movie was just not very good." But number 5, one of the worst movies of the year, and you're gonna probably hate me. It's another Shudder movie. It's called Brooklyn 45. And they made this movie out to be like this scary ass ghost story. And they made you think that like it was just gonna be like an oldie, like 45 movie in the old times, and it's gonna be all scary. You know what it was? It was a fucking dialogue movie. It was a movie like a court movie. Like I don't mind court drama, but this was a court drama with like somebody self-deleting themselves and like maybe coming back to life and doing some practical effects. That doesn't make it a fucking horror movie. When you're sitting there talking about the war and who did this and who did that, who killed what enemies over there and what they did to the enemies over there, and you be responsible now that you're back on the homeland. Like, what the fuck is this? Don't fucking put this fucking movie as a horror movie when you're talking about bullshit politics, war, drama, fucking all them coming back and now them all pointing the finger at each other with everyone having ghosts in their closets, skeletons in their closets. Fuck that movie. Fuck Brooklyn 45. That movie fucking sucked, dude. You know what other movie fucking sucked at number 4? And I went and saw this son bitch in the movie theater, dude. And I even fucking have a ticket stub to it. It's called fucking Winnie. What is it even called? Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Man, the trailer looked fun as shit. But when I went to this movie to watch it in the movie theater, you couldn't even see shit. It was black as fucking night. Like, I can't see nothing. What's going on? The whole screen's dark. You can barely see the characters, what's going on, because their cinematography fucking sucked. They want to fucking put this movie out as fast as they can to make money, and which they fucking did, which was bullshit. Couldn't even see anything. They had this hot ass chick with some nice ass tits in there. I'm like, at least we're gonna maybe see some titties. But did we see that? No. Didn't even get to see her tits. She's in the goddamn hot tub by herself, drinking some, you know, wannabe fucking Chardonnay shit. And you see fucking Winnie the Pooh back in the background. Like nothing fucking really happens. Oh man, like they're in this house. It's so dark. Like, why is it so fucking dark in here? Can't see shit. One of them goes into like an indoor pool that's like the size of fucking my body and she can't get out of. Like, what the fuck? And the whole ending with fucking Winnie the Pooh, like swarming bees around him from honey, and he's able to use the bees to attack somebody, but like you can't even see it. Like, honestly, you couldn't fucking see it. I didn't even know that there was bees and like the shit that he would do, like with their CGI, because you couldn't even see it in the fucking movie screen. I'm like, wait, they did what? I'm like, I watched this movie. I didn't remember any of that because I couldn't fucking see it. Fucking bullshit, horrible. Don't even get me on fucking what they're doing next with the, you know, I'm gonna say it. Steamboat Willie. All right, man. You thought I was mad about those two, dude. These next three fucking bottom movies are absolutely fucking horrible, dude. Like this one probably nobody's seen because if you've seen it, like you be in the quicksand. It's called Quicksand from Shudder, 2023. And this movie's fucking horrible. It is like the most god awful movie I've ever watched. Like this couple, they're fighting, but they're gonna go on a trip and let's go into the jungle, and let's go look at like these like something, but they don't even want to be together. and then they end up in quicksand. And like it's a metaphor because like they're stuck together, but they don't want to be together. So how can they get apart? One of them can get out of the quicksand, but the other one's falling into quicksand. So like they jump in to try to save, and they're stuck in the quicksand. And it's just them talking about in another movie in subtitles, which yeah, but still it was like, oh my god, this is not a fucking horror movie. It's not even a thriller. It's because some people, the metaphor of having wanting to get out of their relationship and you put them in quicksand, and that's like the fucking movie. Oh my god, dude. Like it was the most like horrible, like, come on. What the fuck is who's writing this shit? And why are you guys even putting this shit out there? Like, there's tons of people that can write fucking better shit than that. Like, it was just bad. I mean, just like, feel how bad you are. You're in quicksand. You're in a bad relationship. Yeah, I feel like I'm in quicksand because I can't get out of this relationship. Let's fucking make a movie about like you're really in quicksand. Man, fuck you, dude. Oh, some of these movies that I watch, like I watched more movies than this, and it's just like, oh man, you gotta really you when you watch movies, you watch a lot of fucking bad fucking movies, and you see a lot of the same old shit over and over again, and it's just like it really fucking starts like, why do I even want to watch any movies no more? Like, gotta really try to find some good ones. And this next one is not a good one at all, dude. These next two, you know what? Before we get to the next bottom two, let's try to bring it up a little bit. We'll leave those last two later. Um, let's get back into the best of, man. Yeah, dude. The best of. All right, let's get happy again because man, those movies bringing me down, dude. All right, so we're at number five. Let's get to number five of my top five best horror movies that I watched in 2023. We're gonna do it right now. With number five, we're coming in with Cobweb. Yes, Cobweb, dude, with freaking uh Anthony Starr and Lizzie Chaplin. Oh my god, dude, this movie was sick. And with that boy in it, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but man, it was a crazy movie. I love the premise of it. It was based in October. You get a pumpkin patch in the backyard, not a small one, but a lot of pumpkins with dead bodies buried in those pumpkins. And man, there's somebody in the wall. Is it a ghost? Is it really his sister? Did his parents put his sister in the wall? Man, the atmosphere, the build up, everything in this movie, the acting in it, dude. How freaking crazy was Anthony Starr in this, man. He was like straight up like this dude plays Homelander, right? And he was this like Homelander it almost like can this be so sinister? And then Lizzie Chaplin, oh my god, dude, like this fucking like to be honest with you, I don't know this actress is, but apparently she's this badass actress. And holy shit, like I was like, oh my god, like this girl, like her facial expressions and what she just how she acts, and they're acting so nice, but they're so sinister. That's what's so sick about this movie. And you're following this little kid, Peter, getting bullied at school, hearing voices in the wall, his parents kind of being that like loving but really strict. It just, man, it really works great. So after, oh, man, Cobweb was awesome, and it was a limited release to movie theaters, and then you're able to like purchase it on streaming. I bought it on streaming like as soon as I can get it. Because I don't think it came out here where I live. But yeah, so Cobweb number five, man, that thing was awesome, dude. Really was. So top four, man, of the list. Yeah, you guys are gonna be shocked on this one, dude. My number four best movie of 2023 is gonna go to Scream 6. Hell yeah, man. I love Scream 6, dude. I gave this thing a 10 out of 10 out of the movie theater. And did I go see it twice? I think I even went and saw it twice. And I loved it, man. And you know what? I dug it. I thought it was a great freaking Scream movie. And without even going into this one knowing that there was probably going to be a sequel to this one, and now knowing that Scream 7 is on the back burner, but like, let's just enjoy this last Scream movie that we do have. And what Scream 6 did was made Melissa Barrera a Scream queen, man. They made her badass, sexy, and just like, hell yeah, man. She's up there. She is sick. I love it. The core four, even with their plot armor that was in it, coming out of the movie theater. Never really thought about the plot armor, kind of, where Chad gets stabbed, 17 times, but still lives. They all still live. Um, but with them all living, you're like, you rooted for them. Like, oh wow, you almost fell in love with them. Like they're the new, characters. They're the new Gail, Dewey, and Dewey, and whoever it is, dude. I guess I don't think about it, but yeah, they really honestly made you think that like I don't know, like, I guess a lot of fans, like, I guess it was 50-50 for me. Like, I really cared for the core four at the end of it. And then some of them were like, oh, Jesus Christ, man. Why the hell couldn't they just kill off a couple of them? They got stabbed so many times. I do get it, but we may never even get another Scream movie for 10 years. So that's why Scream 6 is number 4 on my list. All right, man. Before we get into the top three, because those ones, that's going to be super controversial. I guarantee there's going to be a movie on there, maybe two that you've never even seen, maybe never even heard about. But let's go back. We got to talk about the worst, dude. The worst, was it the worst two or worst three that we were at? We are on the worst two. The last one was Quicksand. Let's break it down real quick. Number 6, the worst, was Perpetrator. Number 5 was Brooklyn 45. Number 4, worst movie of 2023 was Winnie Pooh, Blood and Honey. Number 3, worst movie was Quicksand from Shudder. There's another one in there too. I didn't like the one with like the little gnomes and stuff that come alive. I can't even remember what it was. It was horrible. And there was even another bad one. All the bad things I do, the bad things, it wasn't very good. And then maybe I was like, yeah, Perpetrator and bad things were like the same. Okay, I am rambling on. I just said a bunch of shit like that you probably didn't even understand. But number 2, the worst movie of 2023 is Skinamarink. Yes, Skinamarink was even on Shudder, and that's how I even purchased Shudder to watch this damn movie. And I'm watching it, and I'm just waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm still waiting for something to happen. And then something does happen where the little kid's in his mom's room, and all of a sudden she's there, and then she's gone. That was pretty freaking cool. But then I'm watching the freaking paint dry, is pretty much what it was. It was a crazy experimental movie, but to be honest with you, I just kept on like a minute's gone by. All right, just sit back. Let's just watch this. We're sitting there and we're watching it. I'm like, all right, just keep watching it, dude. Just keep watching it. Just keep watching it. I look at the clock. A minute's gone by. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, but I still watched it, dude. I watched it all the way through, and I even did a movie review on it. And I even did what with that whole movie, I did a whole script on it, like what you could have done with it and maybe make it a little bit better. Actually, give us something, Give us maybe like a ghost demon or something that controlling these kids, that making them be in this house that they can't get out of, and like do a little bit of something, just a little bit. But they didn't, and they stole your money. They stole my money. Is what they fucking did. So you fucking experimental horror fucking film guys that just fucking make a cool ass short on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and then fucking want to make it to a full length fucking movie with you just repeating shit over, fucking over. Don't give them your money. You motherfuckers give horror a bad name. The worst. And now we're getting to the very worst, dude. That was a rant, huh? These ones were flip flop, but like, no, like Skinamarink was number one. But after I saw this fucking movie, it's called The Outwaters. The fucking Outwaters. The Outwaters, the fucking worst movie of 2023. This movie is absolutely horrible. This movie fucking sucks. Like the whole fucking first part of the movie of them meeting up with people in a hotel room with the worst fucking camera angle. You thought the Blair Witch was bad? This thing is fucking horrible. This puts fucking Blair Witch as an Academy Award winner for fucking cinematography. The Outwaters is fucking stupid. The fucking camera angles suck. Then they're gonna get to the desert, and what they're gonna do is like zoom in on the most smallest tiny fucking thing and like make it look like shit's going on. It's horrible. And it'd go night, and then all of a sudden, like it would zoom out, and then you would see something there with the thunder and lightning. I mean, the audio was all right with the sound, but like the whole movie fucking stupid as hell because you couldn't see anything. They made you want to think that you were seeing shit it was like, give me some fucking acid, which I don't want to fucking do, which I've never done. You know, let me fucking be on drugs. I don't understand. Like, this is a druggy movie. Maybe you have to be on drugs. And like, I don't do that shit. So like, I don't fucking get it. Yeah. So and I'm gonna tell you a fucking spoiler right now. So there's like four groups, like or two guys, two girls. Some of them will end up all bloody and nude. One of them cuts his own member off. Okay. Like he cuts his own member off and he's holding it. Like, why the fuck is this? Like, what the hell is going on? So stupid. And like, if you guys want to like say like it's over my head, I didn't get the whole story. Oh no, I got the fucking story, but I'm not gonna fucking tell you it right here because the story's fucking stupid and like it's horrible. Skinamarink, the Outwaters, man. Fuck those movies. Horrible, horrible fucking movies, man. Like I can't believe that like those are even in the genre of horror. Like, come on, man. Like, give us respect. That's why you give us horror fucking fans bad names, putting out stupid shit like that. But you know what gives us horror fucking fans good names? When you get to the top 3 list of my list. And these two are flip flopping. You know what? I just might fucking flip flop it right now, dude. We have to. We're gonna flip flop it. No, we're not. Number 3, top 3. All right, top 3 best horror movies of 2023 that I watch. Me, only me. This is my opinion. I love your opinion. You can tell me your opinion in the comment section below. Tell me your list in the comment section below, and I will not discard it at all because everybody likes their own things the way they like it. So, and I'm not trying to influence you into liking what I like because my number 3 movie is Influencer from Shudder, and this movie almost made like the top number 1. I love this movie, Influencer, with Cassandra Nald. Man, the girl with the birthmark. This movie is a thriller slash horror film that is based on people. I just took a big drink. Trying to be influencers, living their life on their phone through their camera to their audience, and then getting their audience, feedback back to them. And so you got this traveler, and she's traveling to, oh my God, like it's been a while. Like I knew this thing, it was Thailand. Now, was it Thailand? It was Thailand. And this white girl. And then she meets another, traveler there. And they become friends, and they start, going to places until one day, the influencers hotel room gets broken into and her passport's gone, some other stuff. And like, so she has to like wait to try to get her passport, but like she can't leave. She's supposed to be bouncing from place to place doing this, tour of these other countries, and like doing influencing videos. What am I eating and shit like that? But she loses her passport and she can't leave nowhere. And so she met her new friend called CW, and CW, with Burkmart, she's gonna fucking, I know around this place. Why will you wait for your passport? I'll take you to place. Hey, you want to go to my house? Oh yeah, it's kind of off the beaten path. Takes her to her place. You already know what's gonna happen. CW ends up taking this girl and like fucking takes her to this island that has no way on or like off of it. There's no boats that come by it. It's out in the middle of nowhere. And she leaves her there and steals her identity. So this movie is like you being an influencer, let's say an American, and you're going to other different countries, and then you can find yourself stranded on the island and somebody's stealing your identity. And CW does. She's taken all of her money, from her bank account and all the money coming in from her views, and then like able to use software to act like it is really her, and like taking real photos, but using, Photoshop to cover her face. Man, awesome fucking premise. Like it's so good though. The acting in this movie is a fucking 10. And like where it goes, and like the tropical settings and everything. It is like a horror, but it's more of a thriller. But man, this thing had to make the top 3. Like I fucking love this movie. You have to go check out Influencer on Shutter. I'm telling you, you will not regret it. You will absolutely love it. I'm not going to give away any more spoilers on it. I just kind of told you a little bit about it. There's going to be more characters in it, more people. Maybe she copycats, so definitely go check out Influencer. That was my number 3 best movie of 2023. I love it. All right, man. Number two is going to be Evil Dead Rise. Dude, we got to give it to Evil Dead Rise, dude. That movie was so much fun, badass, bloody, in that freaking high rise, in that apartment building. Holy shit. That thing, and like the color of it, the cinematography in it, the rain, the blood, everything was awesome. The music, dude, it was so fucking loud. Boom, boom, hell loud, right in your face, dude. Just bumping loud, like, oh, like you guys had to watch fucking Evil Dead Rise. Like that thing is awesome. I don't really want to go in too much of spoilers and these next 2, but like I really want to talk about number 1, but Evil Dead Rise. You guys seen it? Come on, you're horror fans. I mean, what else can I say about it? The shit was awesome. The opening sequence. Okay, we'll talk about that opening sequence with her coming out of the water. Oh, man, was that not fucking amazing? And then the title credit scene right over it. Evil Dead Rise. That thing was absolutely stunning, amazing. But yeah, all right, man. That was number 2, Evil Dead Rise. If you want to hear more about that, you can look on my channel. I talked a whole hour about that movie. In this movie, all right, guarantee it's not on anybody's number 1. It's not in anybody's list. because this was a horror slasher comedy. And how does that even make it on the list? Because it is called Totally Killer. Yes, Totally Killer is my number one fucking horror movie of 2023. Yes, this is a horror slasher comedy, but man, this thing is absolutely funny as hell. What the premise is, I don't even need that. It stars Karen Shipka and Olivia. Oh, what's her name? Oh, it's right here. All right, I'm Olivia Holt. All right, man. That thing is a fucking 10, dude. Like, for real. Hold on. So, dude, Totally Killer is a traveling slasher film that's like Back to the Future, and they even mention Back to the Future so many times in it. It's like they're not trying to hide what they are. But the reason why this movie is so good is because of the fucking dialogue when they go back to the 80s and like what this 2023 girl teenager, we'll say her, she, 16, and she's like trying to talk to these adults and what these adults are saying to her. And it's like, I fucking remember this shit because I fucking grew up in that time. So it's like, it brings back so much nostalgia. They hit everything on the fucking nail, dude. Right on the head. Bam. Every fucking line, everything they do from the 80s and the mixed match from the 2020s is like so fucking perfect. It is amazing. Dude, those fucking girls are so fucking mean in the 80s, man. Like, it's so crazy. And everybody's like, bull. It's just like, it's so cliche ish, but like it works so good. And Karen Shipka is like, she acts the fuck out of this. Like, she is so good in it. And like, with the story about what happens in the future and her trying to go back in time to save what happened in the future is like it's such good heartfelt. And by the end of the movie and when it ends, I was like touched in the heart so much that I actually fucking shed a tear. Like I absolutely like cried in this film. And like it was so much fun though. Like this wasn't like an Evil Dead Rise. 'Cause yeah, that's what Evil Dead Rise was too. Like Evil Dead Rise was like meant to be gory, gross, and like holy shit, demon shit. This one was like slasher, people were dying, but like crazy fun shit, like Scream. Like it was so fucking good. I I enjoyed Totally Killer so much that it had like I was thinking about, this list for a while. Like I've been, am I going to do this video? Should I even do this video? But like after watching all the movies that I've watched this year, I'm like, you know what? I might as well just do it. And I might as well do it live where I edit anything, where I can go absolutely from my heart, from the top of my, my soul. And like this, like, none of this is scripted. This is just coming out of me. And like, so let's just do it that way because I can make it more genuine, more, real. And I hope that I made this real for you. And like my emotions really for Totally Killer is my favorite freaking horror movie of 2023. And I don't care if you say it's not a horror movie, it's a fucking slasher movie. So, and I like I said, I respect your list, just respect mine. You're on my channel. This is fucking Triple B, Brent Bromberg, Haunted Basement. My channel. I can say what the fuck I want to say on it. And Totally Killer is my fucking favorite movie of 2023, dude. I love it. And Outwaters is the fucking worst movie ever, dude. Fuck that movie. But yeah. So with final thoughts breaking down here, we already have, a lot of releases coming out of horror in 2024. So let's just hope that we can, keep on the rise. Horror movies are, if it wasn't for horror movies, the movie theaters probably would have died. Not necessarily died, but horror movies kept movie theaters alive during the pandemic because during the pandemic, none of those big studios that spend a lot of money, hundred millions of dollars to make movie, they weren't putting it out during the pandemic. But horror movies, they can make them on the cheap. They can make them on a lower budget, and then they can make quadruple that. Let's say you make a movie for $20 million, everything with marketing, and it makes 100 mil. I mean, that's what movie theaters like, because us horror fans, if it's a good horror movie, we're gonna go to the movie theater and watch it. And like we will support horror, you know. Horror fans are loyal, like super fucking loyal. But when you put out some bullshit fucking movies that Blumhouse has probably been doing, you know, don't, think that our loyalty is going to keep on giving you money, because we're not. And then you have to put out a good movie. Like you have to make it good. But Blumhouse has been like kind of washing their hands of just like cookie cutter freaking chat GPA horror movies out there. And like we got us horror fans, we sense it out, and we're not going to give, our money to this mainstream company that's putting out this cookie cutter horror films. Us horror fans know the real horror movies like Terrifier 3. And again, I didn't even talk about Terrifier 2. And that was the movie that I left off my list. Honestly, it'd be number one, dude. Number one, Terrifier 2. So if you stuck around to the end, I don't want to, dude, art's right there, bro. Terrifier 2 is number one, fucking 2023, for sure. By far. It tops them all. It crushes them all. That one was just a little bit too hardcore, for some this backstage fan there. No, I love Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 is definitely number one. It definitely takes over fucking Totally Killer, but that one I said kind of forgot to put on my list. Just remembered it, but yeah, Terrifier 2, come on. But that one was just, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if you've seen Terrifier 2 and if you've seen Totally Killed, totally different movies, man. Totally different movies. Terrifier, oh man, with Lauren Lavera, dude. Oh my God, she's so amazing, dude. She's beautiful. And she's coming back for 3. Terrifier 3 is already getting greenlit, like all Damien Leone. So, hell yeah. Oh man, that's what happens, when you go live, you kind of forget stuff. But man, I was trying to see if I can make it 1 hour, and we're almost there. Yeah, I guess to break it down, like the very end was since I have to update the list because I totally like effed up. Not really effed up. I remembered it. I even said at the beginning, oh, I forgot this movie. Oh, I'll put it in there. All right, man. Number one best movie of 2023 is going to be Terrifier 2. Hell yeah. And it's going to be number 2 is going to be Totally Killer. Number 3, Evil Dead Rise. Number 4, Influencer. Number 5, Scream 6. Number 6, Cobweb. Number 7 is going to be Talk to Me. Number 8 is going to be Consecration. And number 9 is going to be VHS 85. And number 10 is going to be Thanksgiving from Eli Roth. And then the rest are going to go on honorable mention: When Evil Lurks, Elevator Game, The Puppet Man, and The Sacrifice Game. So there we go, man. That was the updated list. But I had to throw Terrifier 2 up there. Like, I was just so damn dumbfounded I fucking forgot it. So, but man, thank you all for joining me in a Haunted Basement Studio once again. And you guys look absolutely beautiful here and on the rewind. And you remember, you keep it hardcore horror.